I'm thinking I can't leave the room because if I go outside, they're gonna know I'm new, and God knows what's gonna happen to me.
After, I think, your first semester in college, you pack up all your stuff.
I was done.
Why do that, and what was the conversation that followed with your dad?
Well, when I left college, I packed up everything. I packed the light bulbs out of the lamps. I wasn't going back. I went back to Germany for Christmas, and school had started back after the Christmas break for like a week or so. And my dad said, shouldn't you be back at school? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, so when are you leaving? I said, you know, I figured I was a man. It was the first time I felt like a man. And I think I was 17, 18 at the early 18 at the time. I go, I'm not going back. Gotta let my voice get deep. And he said, well, what are you gonna do? It's like, well, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna get a job. And he looked at me and his voice got deeper than mine. And he goes, what are you gonna do? And when he said that, I said, oh, I can't stay here. I can't stay here. I know I gotta go back. It was seriously just a challenge with those simple words. And I realized at that point, you have an opportunity, you're gonna go back, and when you go back, you could either sit there and pout, or you can go back and you can go all out at everything you do, because you're gonna do it anyway. So why go there and just go through the motions and be average? Everybody can go back and go to school. Anybody can go back and play football for the most part if they're athletic enough, but how many actually put in the work to try to be great at something? It just because they should. Got to put in the same amount of work basically anyway. And that was a motivating factor. When he told me that, it was life-changing. Mom and dad can't take care of you forever.
You remember what you were doing Easter 1990, Thanksgiving 91, 92?
Easter 1990.
You know, you were at college, everybody was going home
Oh,
for
I remember
holidays,
that, yeah.
and it was just
oh, man,
Michael
this is
by
like
himself.
sad. I've lived a sad life, Graham, and you're bringing that out.
No, I mean, it was tough for
it was tough,
while
and I
for
say
you.
that I say that
Yeah.
jokingly. I've lived far from a sad life,
Yeah.
but I remember everybody's at home. Easter break, and everybody goes home. My parents are in Germany. They didn't have the money to fly me back and forth for Easter, for Thanksgiving. If I was lucky, I went home for Christmas and maybe the summer. And I remember being at school. The entire dorm is empty, and it's just me. And my roommate, he had these shoes where they make you run on your toes. They're like, they're like a platform that high, and you get in them and you can jog and you can jump, and supposedly it builds up your calf muscles and all that. I would put those things on and I would just go running, I would work out, and it was like this time by myself. I had no choice but to be by myself. But it was, you know what, do something. Just don't sit here and be idle. Don't sit here and feel sorry for yourself. But I didn't have the opportunities to like go home and do all those things. So I tried to make the most of the time that I had to try to, get rid of some of the loneliness of being there by myself. But at the same time, when I look back in my life and where it's led, all those little moments like that led to something that has helped me, or when I look back, I could see where those things have propelled my career in some way, shape, or form.
So the Cowboys told you they were going to draft you.
They
Obviously
lied.
didn't end up working out that way. You fall to the second round.
They
Get
lied.
drafted, and your boy Jimmy Johnson. But
He
you end up
lied.
and he's said as much to you, I think. But you end up getting drafted in the second round by the Giants. New York being a bigger and colder city than you ever wanted to go to.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact they had the legend Lawrence Taylor already in your position. What do you remember from your first experience actually visiting New York?
Scared to death. I remember flying into Newark, and it looked so industrial, and you're going, oh boy. I heard, I didn't know that wasn't New York. I was like, okay, this looks rough and tumble. And then I end up in the city, and I remember being in the car. The taxis are driving crazy, the horns, there are people everywhere. And I thought Houston was fast. I was in Germany. I thought Germany was great. Then I moved to Houston, and by the time I left college, I felt like, oh, I got this Houston thing down. Yeah, this is good. This is a fast city, but I can keep up with this. Then I come to New York, and it was on hyperdrive. And I just went to my hotel room, stayed in my room until they sent someone to pick me up and take me where I needed to go. And because I'm in the room all day, I would just, be so awake, and I look out the window at 2 or 3 in the morning, people on the street like ants. And I'm thinking I can't leave the room because if I go outside, they're gonna know I'm new. And God knows what's gonna happen to me. It's like I was walking looking like that. Don't look up. If you look up, people are gonna know that you're new here. Something may happen to you. They may rob you. You know, who knows? But it was just ignorance at its best. I didn't know any better. I didn't have the experience of being here and spending time here. And now after being here, I mean, it's my favorite place in the world.